video. So go ahead. You can share and share and share and share. Boney Derrington is going to be up in just a few minutes.
It ain't promised that I'll see tomorrow. That's why I party like there is no tomorrow. Spending money like there's no tomorrow. Like I'll never need a dollar tomorrow. Broken heart, filled with sorrow. Losing people like there is no tomorrow. You never know, you might go tomorrow. On God, me cheat. I stay tipsy. Before me go out the door, me tipsy. Before the Uber reach the party. Before me sitting at the VIP, tipsy, tipsy, tipsy. Before the hostess come talk to me, I try order more drink for me. Girl, just bring me a bottle. It ain't promised that I'll see tomorrow. That's why I party like there is no tomorrow. Spending money like there's no tomorrow. Like I'll never need a dollar tomorrow. Broken heart, filled with sorrow. Losing people like there is no tomorrow. You never know, you might go tomorrow. On God, me G. Love my family, even the one them who don't like me.
Big ups to South Africa, who just told me, says, listen, I'm trying to listen to the other song that we played earlier for Derrington. Don't worry, it's coming up, okay? Stay tuned.
It's not promised that I'll see tomorrow. That's why I party like there is no tomorrow. Spending money like there's no tomorrow. Like I'll never need a dollar to borrow. Broken heart, filled with sorrow. Losing people like there is no tomorrow. You never know, you might go tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
It's Derrington, Boney Derrington, Soulstar Production.
She a try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep while when me doze off. She still I do it. She said it's sitting with me have a go deep. She a try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep while when me doze off. She still I do it. Say when I'm awake I be digging too. I ain't trying to beat around the bush, I'm trying to get in between it. Don't care if you shave, but I love when you clean it. Eyebrows sexier when you clean it. Looking dead in your eye while I give you the penis. But you have to take the all of the penis. No tip, no partiality, all of the penis. Let me put the whole thing and I'ma take you to Venus. Enough time the iPhone, I see this. She a try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep while when me doze off. She still I do it. She said it's sitting with me, have a go deep. She a try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep while when me doze off. She still I do it. Say when I'm awake I be digging too. Said don't pull it off, push it in back. It hurt but she like that. Just give her a minute so that she can catch her breath back. Don't know you want me top, girl. Come give me some top, girl. Okay. Get on top, girl. Cause you look better on top. Yeah, I'll try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep while when me doze off. She still I do it. She said it's sitting with me, have a go deep. She a try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep while when me doze off. She still I do it. Say when I'm awake, I be digging too. What? I can never do what you're doing to me. No. Let a brother sleep.
Yes, so to the listening audience, I thank you. I thank you guys, for being very patient. We had some connection issues getting in here. But of course it is, you guys are currently listening to Boney Derrington. And we started before we have the connection issue. So now, big ups to my South Africans, especially the ones out of Johannesburg, that are hitting me up about this song. We currently have Boney Derrington in studio, okay? So I have quite a few questions for him. Of course, it is that our listening audience is already tapping in and asking a few questions as well. Boney, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Big up everybody.
My audience, right out the go, I'm going to ask you some questions back and forth, but since they're so enthused by the ISIS song, I have out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Oh boy, we have Denise who is asking, what inspired you to write this song? Can you hear me there? Bonnie, can you hear me?
Yeah, I kind of lost the connection. Say what you said?
So we have Denise who is asking, what inspired you to write the ISIS song?
Well, the original story of Isis and Horus. Okay, so you know how that story goes.
Yeah.
Horus was dead. Him get chopped up. She find every piece except the piece where she needs to do what she want to do. But she still found some way to go do what she wanted to do with a dead man.
Yeah.
So with me now, when me fall asleep, me have a girl who like trouble me while me sleep. So I was like if me did you now, it would be harassment. But it's not harassment when y'all mess with a guy when he's sleeping. But if a guy mess with a girl when she's sleeping, it's considered harassment.
That's true.
So that's what me say, all right, I'm going to make a song for you now. And it's going to call Resurrect My Something. Because that, Horus is the resurrection of his father, so them say. So that's what she do. She did the same thing Isis did. So me name the song Isis.
Well, you could get in more trouble as well. On the other side, if the situation was reversed as well. So, in any case, I welcome you to the One-on-One Music Review Show. This is my first time interviewing you on this show. So, my audience has never heard you before, and they're delighted. They're delighted. We have a few girls who's actually asking, "Who do you hear?" But we won't get to that yet. I think they would like to extend. I don't know if they're hairdressers. But I'm looking at the comments that are coming in from the listeners and the questions that they have for you. Before we get into more of the audience questions, where are you hailing from today?
Today I'm in Kingston, but I'm from New York and Florida ever since COVID-19 mashed us up and been doing my music straight.
Oh, okay. Okay. So these songs were recorded during the COVID period? Isis and Tomorrow?
They were in the making. I was writing them, putting them together. I didn't record them until I actually forwarded to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
a big producer engineer named Soulstar Pro. He's the original producer of the ISIS song.
Mm-hmm. Who is the producer? Say that again.
Soulstar Pro.
Soulstar Pro. Okay. Now, we opened up with Tomorrow. We have a few listening audience who actually loved that song. Tell me about the writing on Tomorrow.
Okay, so Tomorrow, it kind of self-explanatory. I wrote the whole song.
Yeah.
It was an Afro vibe. It's not really, but it's like dancehall style, but it's an Afro beat vibe. But basically, I lost a lot of people that love my music, who are always like my biggest fans and kept pushing me to do my music. And I just say, you know what, tomorrow ain't promised for us, So anybody that appreciates you today, you have to show them your appreciation and just live like it's no tomorrow. I don't mean say just party, just everything you do. Just say tomorrow not promised for you, and not just you alone, your friends, and anybody that means something to you. So create memories for those people, and also for yourself. When you lose them, at least you have something to go back and reference to.
That's true. The COVID came, A lot of persons, different things happen. People living in different parts of the world. I know a few artists who actually traveled during the COVID period and still have not been home because wherever they spent that time during the COVID, they now call that home. And some is for the better,
It's home.
as well. I have a friend who actually during the COVID period got caught in Africa, and they're still there. They're now refused to go home. They're like, I'm good here where I'm at right now. So, it's, to some persons, it's a better for them or a change of environment as well.
Yeah.
Now,
Same thing for me because I only went to Florida for 2 weeks, and it's almost 2 years now.
yeah, and you haven't, you're just chilling. I hear you.
Yeah. No snow, no shoveling, no mask and gloves and goggles. Because people don't realize in New York it was mask, gloves, and goggles because they tell us it was airborne.
Yes.
And they say don't touch your eyes. So we was going through it. The swimmer's goggles you wear when you're swimming.
Yes.
Mechanics goggles that they wear. Sports gloves. People was wearing goggles. But when I reached Florida, it's like no COVID.
No
Florida
COVID.
didn't care too much about COVID. So, but I like Florida. I like the heat. And like I said, I don't miss the winter, but I do miss my friends. But a lot of music is taking place in Florida. Like we call it Little Jamaica because a whole heap of people from the Caribbean is in Florida.
Yes, as well. It's interesting that when you talk about Florida, I'm a little bit jealous because I hear them talking about some snowstorm that's coming. I am on the northeast, so of course I hear some snowstorm business, and I'm like, what? I thought we were over with that, but apparently we're not over yet.
I don't miss it, man. I miss seeing it drop, and when it's fresh, before anybody travel over it, before any animal go to the bathroom. But once you start having to deal with the snow, I don't like it. I don't miss it.
Yeah.
I don't miss it. I drove my car from New York to Florida to Miami.
Was that a day?
Shovel my car. Say that again?
That's a day driving, right? 24 hours or more?
22, yeah. About 22 hours.
Wow.
I was tired of New York. And I lost my bumper in the snow trying to park my car, and I just drove it straight to Florida.
Well,
so, I know COVID caused a lot of people to migrate, and to me it was a blessing and a lesson at the same time because I have my mother's Jamaican and my father's Haitian. And if they can leave two different countries and come together and create somebody like me, then I have to know just to leave one state, it's not going to be so bad. You're just leaving a state. You can't be a hermit your whole life. And by traveling to Florida, it kind of changed my music and give me, the resources I need to succeed.
But also in Florida, you have a little bit more, the ability to perform. At also some of the... So you're looking forward to performances anytime soon, or are you starting any kind of tour for the summer?
This talks about Cayman Island. This talks about Africa. This talks... I just hear that Kenya and South Africa is best, and I'm not going to say anything about any other part of Africa, but they were telling me where I should go. I did do Junior Reed's One Blood Wednesday. I was kind of tired. Went to Weddy with Stone Love and Google Mental and them Wednesday also. And then first night, what we call last night, but first night, I should have went to Rubber Dub Style Thursday with Metro Media and do a performance, but I didn't do it. But I'll be telling everyone and keeping everyone linked up so they know when the show was going to forward, more future show are forward.
Nice. We love it. So, in terms of the music, I heard a few songs with you, right? So you have the reggae thing going on, and then you have the dancehall side as well. Is there a preference in terms of your recording? Would you rather do more dancehall and reggae, or for you, you're just pretty much versatile?
Yeah, because I can't put myself in the box, because when you hear my music, each song is going to sound a little bit different from the last.
That's true, because tomorrow
So
definitely
really
sounds. I was saying that the tomorrow song is very much different from the ISIS song as well.
ISIS, you have the hip hop verse.
Yeah.
Have a little bit of dancehall, a little bit of reggae, so, and you have a hip hop with an Afro type drum, if you can hear it. Let me tell you about ISIS. ISIS had a Tupac sample in it first, and it was a copyright problem.
Yeah.
So them take out the Tupac bass, but ISIS really blow up to where I needed to be. I'm gonna draw back for the Tupacs to make the people them hear why I fell in love with ISIS and writers, because I never write ISIS to that particular beat.
Right.
Let me write ISIS to his a Tupac beat mixed with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me take a break. We're going to listen to some more of ISIS, and we'll be right back.
She a try resurrect mommy, like ISIS when Oris I sleep, while when me doze off, she still I do it. Say when I'm awake, I be digging too. What? I can never do what you're doing to me. No. Let a brother sleep while you messing with me. No. When I'm up in it, you be running from me. Yeah. Cause you can't handle no cocky from me. Every time it get good, you keep stopping me. Why the hell you keep flopping me? This little stop and go is not for me. I can never work that properly. She a try and resurrect mommy. Yeah. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep, while when me doze off, she still I do it. She said it's sitting with me, have a go deep. She a try and resurrect mommy. Like ISIS when Oris I sleep, while when me doze off, she still I do it. Say when I'm awake, I be digging too.
Yes, we are back with Boney Derrington. If you are just clocking in right now, we are live with Boney Derrington out of Kingston, Jamaica. And a few persons want me to shout them out because we got cut off and we had to come back. So to our listening audience, it is that I would like to send shout out to all the Caribbean islands that's currently tapped in, such as Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, of course. Yes, of course, Jamaica is always in the house. Shout out to Jamaica as well. And to all the African countries, I'll just name a few because I can't go through, the various places right now. So we have Ghana, who is tapped in, Kenya. Thanks for tapping in as well. South Africa, Zimbabwe, and of course, USA and Toronto, Canada. I see you guys. I will be shouting out more countries as I go along. So Boney, you're saying that for summer you're probably going to be touring a few spots as well. Before COVID or during the COVID period, we've been in COVID. A lot of countries come out. Some persons actually started performing. Have you done performances since you came out of COVID?
Yes. I did a few performances, and then, like I said, Wednesday was my most recent performance.
Last Wednesday, okay.
2 nights ago. Junior Week, One Blood Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I hear about Junior Reid, One Blood Wednesday. I haven't had a chance to check it out as yet, but I hear that's the new thing and it's popping. So I most definitely want to check it out sometime in the near future as well.
There are links on YouTube to anybody that missed any performance. You can just go on YouTube and watch it.
Yes. So in terms of persons who would like to link up with you, like, do you have collaborations, that you have done? And if persons would like to collaborate with you, how can they, are you an artist that collaborates? We have had artists that says, no, I just
do a nice song with me. I didn't reach out to Savannah, more of her team yet, but once they see the work I can do with Naomi, we'll see what happens. There's another female artist that reached out to me. I don't want to say her name yet.
Yeah.
I want to find a direction, but that's me. Right now I want to make 7 great songs with 7 great women and push my album somewhere else and show them that they can reach a more international artist instead of put themselves in a dancehall box or a R&B box or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just international music, world music. That's what we're trying to reach now.
Nice. To be frank with you, I am happy that you said females, because every time, for some reason, on this show, when I ask, about the female artist or an artist collaborating with somebody else, they always give me the guy's name. I'm not hearing ladies, so I appreciate it.
All the ladies' time now. Remember this, we're in the age of Aquarius right now, okay? And the age of Aquarius is the water bearer. So it's the woman who bears the water, and when her water breaks, she gives birth to new. You know what I mean? So it's your time now.
That's correct. That's right. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct about that one as well. So I appreciate the fact that you are bringing in the female movement on what it is that you're doing. Because like I said, every time I ask, I'm always hearing, who's this guy and that guy, and who is your favorite artist, and it's this guy and that guy, and are you working on anything? It's always a guy. So we have Elizabeth out of New York that she would like to know. Who would you like to collaborate with? That one person you would like to collaborate with in the future. Do you have a preference?
That one person, he's gone, he's dead. Sorry to say it like that. It was, alright, growing up, because I'm not a young artist. I just have blessed genes. So Heavy D was an artist, one of the first hip-hop dancehall artists that paved the way for other hip-hop dancehall artists. But I don't think anyone has reached the level of height as him. He do songs with Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he never cursed. He never used profanity one time until, towards the end of his career. So he was somebody that, he was Heavy D, and I was Boney D. You know what I'm saying? I just used my first name, so it turned into Boney Derrington.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. I just say what the D stand for, and I'm the opposite of heavy. You see me? So, he was somebody that I really wanted to work with, and it just, didn't work. All right, you know what? I can answer that question. Let me not go around it. Who's living now?
Yeah.
I'm Cardinal Official, because I feel like they never give Cardinal Official the rating and respect that he deserves, but I also feel like he didn't put himself in an environment where he can create, like I'm trying to say, that international hit record.
Yeah.
So I used to feel like Busta Rhymes could have carried Cardinal Official further because Busta Rhymes have a following. You know what I'm saying? But Busta never take Cardinal Official the part where no one see it. So right now it's like I want to introduce the infusion of hip-hop, R&B, hip-hop, dancehall, and we have to understand that hip-hop comes from reggae. It comes from dancehall music, so people can't say, oh, hip-hop is different than it. No. What's wrong with music right now is that we lost connection with the 90s, because 90s everything. doing, not just 90s dancehall, 90s R&B, 90s ballad and soul music, because that's gone now. Okay, 90s everything used to run, 90s soca, 90s calypso, 90s compa. You know what I mean? Afro thing is big now. And people are upset with Afro music, but Afro is making music where you can dance to. You can smile and dance at the same time. Who have a problem with that? Nobody. Jamaica has stopped making music where people can dance and have fun too. Only the kids can't have fun because of chopper music, but everybody don't want to hear scamming and chopping music.
That's
true. So
true.
they have to learn now to adjust themselves to the world and just not your local surroundings.
You are so correct. I always tell persons that, listen, reggae is the number one genre. All the other genres take from the one genre as well, you know?
And people, instead of them trying to build up reggae back there, they're going to point out what's wrong with reggae. And the main thing that's wrong with reggae is the same thing that's wrong with all of the genres of music, not just reggae.
Yeah.
All of the genres of music. And the only one that's doing the right thing, okay, is reggaeton, it's Afrobeat, right? Which other the one? Which one? I think some people in the UK too. Why? Because they're just making music. They're not a part of this big agenda to have everybody turn into killers and drug dealers.
Yes.
Okay, so killing and drug dealing run every genre of music because the same heads control everything. So we have to go on and love rights music. We have the right to make music to make people love each other again.
Mm-hmm.
We have the right to make music to make people dance again. Okay, the big heads have an agenda, but we don't have to stay on the agenda for money because love and music is bigger than money.
That's true. That's true. Well, Boney, can we look forward to an EP or album, something in the future?
In the future, right after this Tomorrow EP done, I'm just trying to give Tomorrow the respect he deserves. I don't know if everybody understands. As an artist, you try to promote your music and use different platforms to promote your music. So I had a situation with Spotify. I said my thing was moving too fast. I said Tomorrow moving too fast. They have to be scamming or fraudulent streams. So they take down my EP off of Spotify.
Yeah.
Then when I tried to go calling lawyers there to find out what happened, they said that Spotify don't even have a problem with the song Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There was just another song on the EP that they said had fraudulent streaming. So I'm trying to recover from September when this thing dropped to now. So basically what I'm saying is you have more EPs, I have songs to come, but I want to give this EP the respect and push it deserved because I feel somebody's singing something big in it and they try to make me take 5 steps backwards by taking it off on Spotify. So now it's back up to Spotify now. Mm-hmm. They let it get back on Spotify, but I ain't running no campaign. I'm doing my street promotion because I don't know what just happened. And like I said, the bigger heads, if you're not down with them, they know they have their tricks.
That's
you
true.
Know what I mean? So it's hard for independent artists to say, you're not going to make me sing about this or sing about that. So what I'm saying, all these people that love artists, you love music, and you find out that they're my independent artists, you have to share their music to give them a fighting chance. So, you know, the bigger heads, they'll pay 10 grand here, 10 grand here, and make sure them artists' music play. No matter if it's gun, blood, shoot up, drug, split this, and, you know what I mean? They're going to pay for that. But if you see love in people's music, you hear life in people's music, you have to share it with your people then and help spread this music of these artists so that they can be successful to compete with, you know, the bigger heads.
Facts. Well, it's been a pleasure having you come through. Would you like to share your social media handles with our listening audience as well as any shout outs?
Right now, for my social media, you can't just look up Boney Derrington or anything and it will pop up. Mm-hmm. I did change the IG to Boney Graham, but like I said, when she put in Boney Derrington, all of my pages for IG will pop up. And like I said, I had people scamming and stealing IGs and stuff. So I kind of started all over, and I got a bunch of IGs because I don't want nobody to know which one of my permanent or legitimate IG, because so much hacking and robot and people them smart nowadays. This computer thing different. So I don't want to ruin what I'm trying to build up. So just search Boney Derrington and you'll find me.
Yes.
What was the next question you said? I kind of went off.
No, I was saying, do you have any shout outs? Anyone you'd like to do shout outs for?
Okay. First and foremost, let's shout out Naomi and try to make Naomi make a decision before we leave Jamaica and figure out which type of song we have to do and when we have to do it. So shout out to my Naomi Cohen. Shout out to her father and her famous mother, because they are a big part of dancehall music. Shout out to Lockheed Official. Shout out to For the Hype, Super Twitch, Tony Mataran, Zion Rock, other people. Shout out Deuce Benny. We shoot all of my videos and just shoot the big video with Movado and J.A. and Dexter Dapps. And then I shoot a movie too. Oh yeah, Naomi has filmed a movie. That's right, I forgot about that. So she might be busy. Big up J Will. J Will shoot all the Shaggy and Sean Paul and Lady Spice and all of them people there. Video. Shout him. Big him up, because you soon get good West Indian Caribbean movies, because all of these videographers, they tired of just shooting drug and this and that and shooting because they say the music and the content. So what they're going to do now is give us movies. So shout out J Will, shout out Deuce Benny, shout out the future of Caribbean music. Is it?
I love it. We're going to vibe out with you.
Everybody will leave out.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout them out. And my daughter Jada, love you. She graduates soon, May, for nursing. I'm going to fly back to Connecticut and make sure she's all right. And big up every Pisces that's born in the month of Pisces.
Love it. We're going to vibe out with Profile. What you do like to tell our listening audience about the song Profile as I vibe out? Okay,
so Profile is another song under the quarantine. I moved somewhere to be with my mother in Ohio before I went to Florida. And there was nobody on the street. So they say, in order for you to find a girl, you have to go on the computer. Mm-hmm. So when I went on the computer, I found a couple of dating sites, but I found Bumble. And I said, Bumble, the girls, they're serious on Bumble, that. Mm-hmm. You can't just, say you want to do it. They will delete you. And they have to decide whether they like you or not. So I said, Bumble, me like Bumble. The prettiest girl's profile is on. I'm going to make a song to tell people my experience about this social dating stuff. And that's how Profile came about.
I love it. We're going to vibe out with Profile. I thank you for coming through, and I'm looking forward to when you release the EP and have additional works that you can always come through. And my audience will always, as myself, will welcome you. So I thank you for coming through today, okay?
Okay, I thank you and your audience, and I hope we can stay connected in the future.
Blessed love.
Yes.
It's Derrington, Boney Derrington, so start production. And no profile, they pan bumble like you. No girl with a beauty like you, dressed in all that sexy. Any day fish chat and text me, no profile, they pan bumble like you. Me I scroll down and read up on you, intelligent and sexy. Any day fish chat and text me now. No more plenty of fish for me, no BLK for me. Don't tag me in anything, online dating ain't it for me. But then Bumble came bumbling, your profile came shining in. Me swipe right just for try a thing. When we matched it was everything. Yeah, this I know it and run, this I know one and done. Bumble where me they pun, cause I'm trying no profile, they pan Bumble like you. No girl with a beauty like you, dressed in all that sexy. Any day fish chat and text me, no profile, they pan Bumble like you. Me, I scroll down and read up on you. Intelligent and sexy. Any day, face chat and text me now. Yes, I wanna love someone before all my days are done. Someone to love there in time. Let's dress up and have some fun. Give me something to talk about. Catfishing is not allowed. Be real and don't have a doubt. Take me to your mama house. Yeah, this I know.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you just vibed in with Boney Derrington out of Kingston, Jamaica. And coming up next, we have Slosh out of Namibia.